Hello everyone. Uh, Today I'm going to making uh, a fishing lure charm using a puka shell and another different natural shell. Cause I like fishing and I find out that sometimes when I'm at the river or at the lake and a little lure that I using in the water, it just doesn't have anywhere to dry them up, and I don't want my fishing lure to have turn out to be a rusty and get a rust on my lure here, and I wanted to keep it sharp. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically got the fabric that the print out of fish, and I just use one of these from when you went to casino and they give you a little whatever the leftover that you can adapt it, but in this case I just used the cramp head thing here, and I just tied it in with a little swivel, and I use the fishing line to saw it, and I do it by hand. So this is what fishing lure puka shell charm look like, and this is how you use it. So I basically just snap my lure after it's getting wet from the water to it, and just use a little pom-pom at the end and put a little natural shell and use the beads from a fishing gear box and make a decoration. And I just call this thing, it's puka shell fishing lure charm, and that's pretty much. And it can be come out in a different way, so this is what you're gonna need. So I have a few beads from a fishing lure. I bought it from a gas station, like 99 cents. So neon green and pink. And I have a swivel that's from my fishing gear, and you know, it's just the print out on a fabric that have a fish shape on it, and come with different color. And after that I just put two pieces together and just use the stitches, and then I just make a little pouch here. Then I just stuffing this or you can use the cotton ball, you know, just a tiny little one, to make sure you fill up this between this gap here, and then just close that up. And then after that you just use another fishing line and just put all the natural shell into a different line, and you just use your artistic work to create anything. So at this case I don't have enough puka because I only have a jar that I have to hand pick them, and I don't have enough puka. Anyway, what is puka anyway? So I looked it up on Wikipedia. The puka in Hawaii is mean hole, and basically it's just the shell that at this part of the top part of the shell, it's got the beach worn an apex of the cone. It just it's getting it grinding it down, but it's only this part that got left, and it's just natural hole like this. So it's just hard to find, and if you happen to have some at home and someone went to Hawaii and they give you a jar of some shells, and so that's what I'm going to make myself a fishing charm to hanging on my fishing tote or my backpack, and then when I done fishing I just hanging my lure on it. You basically just make yourself a little tiny pillow for your used lure to laying it on and have it all dry off and have a little furry just like that. I thought that looks nice and it's give a meaningful of natural, and some say it's mean lucky too. I don't know, but I think it's very nice and beautiful and cute. And I put a little pom-pom fern. You like different color, you can do that too. So now I'm just gonna start the process of looking for really a hole, just the shell that already have a hole in it, because the other time I trying to use the needle poking it, there's no way I can do anything about this shell because it just doesn't work. So what I do, I'm just using like maybe two or three of a puka shell now, because actually if you like, you can also go online, and I saw it in Amazon, like 11 piece of this is $9, so I'm not gonna spend that money. But this is what I'm talking about. You see a little shell that have a little hole here, and that's what I'm looking for, because basically the beach and the sand on the beach, just watching the tip of the shell off, and I just left all it's non-sharp and have a hole that perfectly round from a natural. Is that pretty? So that was going to make my fishing charm for my lure. See, some of this, it's almost perfect, but it doesn't have a hole. So basically it's just each one of these, you happen to like collecting memory through the shell, then this should work out, But other than that, so I'm just gonna do a few of a hand picking, and I'm just gonna use the one that I have a few necklace from a souvenir store, and I'm just gonna uncut it and rearrange it the way I want it, because it's already pre-hole it, and it's just easy to use, and simply just put it all decoration with my beads that I like, and I use some of a salmon egg, so just the fake one, just in case when I run out of lure, I can just cut my charm out and just use as a fishing lure. You know what I'm saying? But alright, let's do it. So what I do, I'm just gonna only pick up only 2 puka now because I don't have any. So if lucky enough to be able to afford to go to Hawaii, then that will be something for me to look and collect. Just have a whole one in it, then I can bring it back and make a charm, fishing charm for my backpack. So the whole jar I only found 2, so it's very hard to find, and some of them is too big of a hole, and it's not working for me. And look at some of this, is that beautiful? But it's no hole, it's not working. So this one have a hole, so I got 3 now. Alright, I'm gonna put the shell back to the glass jar and just have to work on to my project here. So I'm gonna put this jar of memory shell away now. Oh, and you can use this thing too for a little pom-pom thing. And this is the other charm that I finished the other day. I have a little lobster here, and I just put them together, and I'm still trying to figure out how to put the hanging over the other backpack that I had, so I don't know yet. I basically just see difference between these 2. It's the thing is, you just need a little pillow for your lure, that's all I'm saying, and the rest of it is just how you want it to decorate. It's really, it just add on. Each one of these will be really unique, you know. So that was that. So I'm gonna start from stitching it. So and where did I get this fish print out? I basically, you just go online and look for a acrylic item, because I like fish, and I just buying this I would say a fish shower curtain that have a fish print on it. And what I do is just basically I just cut it out like that, and then you just cut around it, and that's how I did it. So it's very innovative. That's just the fun part of doing art and craft, I guess. So here you just using those after you cut out. I leave a little room around a fish body, then I can, because it's very small, then I can do a stitch it around it like that. And this is the second one that I made. The first one I do the inside out stitches. It take me so long to flip it from the inside out and make the fish look like that, because it's so small, like a finger size, you know, maybe a little bit fatter because I put a lot of stuffing in it. So either way, it's your choice, but this time I'm just gonna do it this style because it's make my life easier, and it looks a little bit like the fish get bigger, so I don't want a big fish, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna do it loosely on this because I wanted to make sure the print is on the print, and then when I do the stitches I do outside of the body print and make sure the one on the top fabric and the bottom it's equal or on the same alignment. So I'm just gonna do the rough one to guide me to it, and I don't have to do it like tidy because I only wanted to have this to have them stay together to guide, and then I just cut it. And now here the real one, so you're just gonna, I use the pastel yarn, thread, and if you wanted to make it look more fun and fancy, you can use a big yarn too. I think it will be looks really pretty that way too, but in this case I just like just thread, so then I'll just do it. I forgot what is how you doing it by hand like this, called a backstroke or something, I'm not sure, but you do put this and then you forward one. I got so much of a mess here. And then you go back to the same that you start with, and then just go one step forward. So that's what it looked like in the back side. If you have a sewing machine and you know how to use them, this one might be easier to just do a sewing. But with the machine, I don't know. I have a machine, but I don't know how to use the sewing machine. And I just like something that make it by hand, and it was okay. I just make a little pillow for my fishing lure. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just trying to make it look nice. So since I got this stitches going this way already, now I'm gonna pull the one that I do it roughly at the beginning to just keep two fabric together out. And now that's the real works there. So, and then just keep doing this until the whole fish is done, and it should look like something like this. Uh-oh, I got it all tangled somewhere. Okay, so this is two fabric together like that. Put it together and just keep doing these stitches that I show. And when it's done, it should look like two pieces. And then what I do is take this a little thing and just using the tip of the scissor, and I just stuffing this thing in. It depends on how thick and how fat you want the fish gonna look for your pillow, for the lure to resting, and let the pillow dry, air dry it on this. I mean, let the lure air dry it on the pillow. You know what I mean? So now after I stuffing my stuff enough, I'm just gonna close this thing that I give it a space. So I don't even have to make it look perfect because it's gonna get dirty anyway, you know, because you're outdoor and you just put a lot of wet lure on it and all that. So, but it's just something to look nice and make the fishing gear more like lovable. And then after that, I just doing the same. This time I'm just doing it like that because it's get thicker. See the back, see the side. What I'm target is I'm just trying not to, I wanted to leave a little room, then I can see the whole print. So I basically just stitches outside of the line of print of the fish line here, just on the white surface here, to close it up. That's what I'm trying to do. I think the handmade stuff, it's very charming, and if you like it to do it when you spare time, it's really de-stress from whatever the world treat you. And once in a while I like it, but not all the time. Sometimes I painting, sometimes I go fishing, sometimes I go golfing, and another time I just like to filming. So I'm glad I have my own channel. So that's how you just keep hand stitches it. And then I almost be able to close this whole thing that I created a little gap between two pieces of fabric that I create for the little pillow, the charming Puka shell fishing lure charm for use for being a pillow for my fishing lure. That was the good use of it for all time. So now this is the critical moment. Now I'm gonna go to the back side and tie up 3 times on top of the tip of the needle here using the thread, and you just hold it on the needle. Do 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then use your thumb to hold it, and that's how you tie down the knots on these stitches. It doesn't have to look perfect because it's just a part of the handmade one. And look at how ruffle and at the edges. It make it look interesting. And now when you get all this fish thing, this pillow done, now it's working on the other. I use the fishing line, the old fishing line that's super old, and can't really use it for fishing, otherwise not gonna catch any fish. So some of this I already pre-made it. So now I'm gonna create another one, just maybe just Puka alone. So I'm gonna trim this thing out. So I got one line is ready to use, and then earlier I can only have 3 Puka, so I'm gonna move this one out of the way. So now just because I want the Puka going this direction, so I'm just gonna put the thing facing down and a beautiful one facing up. Just put the fishing line through it, and you want a little bit longer line to just maybe tie up in a different one. So this is about 3 or 4 inches, and then you just go back to the Puka hole and put the fishing line to it. Be trying to secure this a Puka shell that have it staying in place, not moving much. And then you just do like 3 or 4 times back to the loop that you created. 1, 3. And then you just pull, and that should keep the puka in place like that. So now this is my second puka. I'll do it over again. So go to the hole, move it around, and then same, go back to the loop that you put through when you create it. Do it 3 times under the loop, the other end of the fishing line. 2 and 3, and then you just pull it, and that should keep your puka stay. See? So now I'm gonna cut the other end because I want it to have some room to tie on anything on this side. And I'm just gonna cut this. And then this is my third puka. 30 the charm. Again, go back to the puka hole, and then use the other line, the end of that fishing line goes back to the loop that you created. I'm only gonna do 3 this time. Then I just pull it, and that should keep the puka there, just like that. And now I'm just gonna using this fishing beads to add a little decoration to it. I'll use 1 or 2 of those, and then I'll use 1 or 2 of these beads between the pink one. And then that should do. So it depends on if you want to keep the beads secure, then you can do it the same way that I did with the puka. But in this case, I'm not gonna tie it, so I'm just gonna let the beads loose, cause just in case I wanted to cut it off and use it for my fishing lure with my hooks, then I can just cut it out in case I don't have any. That's it. And then I'm just gonna take a few of these salmon eggs. Fake salmon eggs. Come with 120 per box. So four, 5, 'll do half a dozen, 6 eggs. So that's what my Puka Charming look like. Now I wanted to secure this last one and have stay in place, then it's not going up and down. So I'm going to go to the other side of these salmon eggs. And so now I create a loop. Basically, you're doing a loop knot. And you just put a bunch of over on the loop that you create. And you just pull it down. And that should hold this last egg in place. Then the rest can move free, but this one it stay. See? Just like that. Now I'm gonna do this tie on these two. The last shell of this. If it let me tie it. I can't do it. Okay, this one let me. I'm trying to secure this fishing line on the last shell, then it's not going anywhere, and it will stay and keep the shell, the next one stay too on the line. So there you go. stay now. Now I want to tie this together. Now I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna trim the fishing line, make two of them equal, and put it to, I forgot what number of this needle was, but the hole has gotta be big enough to put two fishing line on. And the fishing line that I use is the 6-pound test nylon. So I think I'll put it on the mouth of a fish when I hang it like that. That will be looks pretty. You can put it on the bottom too, like that. Guess what? The other fishing line is so messy. It came out from my needle, so I have to redone it. I just took them off and okay, start over. This time I'm gonna spin the needle a little bit. This time I just stitch it in. It's any direction. You just want to detach this piece to the pillow. I don't really have a method on this one. And it's feel pretty tight already. So now I'm just gonna go back to the back side, do a little bit of a same thing. Try to keep the fishing net staying on this pillow that I create. I do 3 times, then pull it. go over the salmon egg, so I need to take it out. That's it. So now my fishing charm look a little bit more dressed up and have some jewelry now. Now I'm gonna cut some of this out. And then just gonna create a little like a little handle. So I cut it out that much. Now I just use the regular yarn. I mean regular thread. Excuse me. Tie the knot at the end. And I basically just gonna put like that on the fish, like that. Because this thing it have a little look like a string in the middle of the fur here. So I basically just poked it to the string. Just like that, and then do it again. Just detach it to the pillow that I create. I think I did like 5 times already, so now I'm using the same method to tie this thing up. 1, 2, 3. I pull it too hard. I broke the thread, so I have to redo it. Just look for a little string in the middle of it. Then I'll go back to the string again. Just trying to detach this thing on the pillow. I want to make sure my needle hit the main string in this puffy purple. Gotta cut it in a little bit because I have to put it back to the needle. Okay. Okay, I think that's funny because I really believe I detach it really good now. There you go. Now it's all dressed up. And I got a puka and my fishing line in front here. Now if you want to put anything more on it, you can add more, but I might put this one in front like that. Or on the bottom. So otherwise, I think this is a good stuff because I can add more stuff and make this video all day, you know. But at this point, I think this is a good stuff, and that's what my this episode about Puka shell fishing lure charm look like, and that's how I'm going to finish with that. But other than that, you just basically trim all over that the thing that you done with it. You don't need it to have extra stuff around it, and that's that. And then when you're using it with your fishing lure or the hook that you go out to the river, when you're done with fishing and it's all wet, you just put this lure to this pillow like that, and then this like that to dry off, hanging your lure around it. And also this is how you look for some sort of a little ring and just detaches on the top of a fish mouth, or you have a little clamp, then you just detach it like that on the front of your fishing pillow here, this part, and it will be like that. And then we just pretend that this is done, okay? And then this is when you have a fishing tool, and you just put it on the fishing tool like that, and it should hang it like this. Just like that. That's how your fishing tool look like. That's the charm. And this one will be something that you can add it on, and you have your hooks that detach it in a different way like that. On this hook, and you can just add on to it with the hook, and here your charm. You can add as many as you want, a different color as you want to it, and then you can have so many pillows for your fishing lure like that. And I didn't put it on this one yet. Just like that. Or this guy, you have to upside down it, put the hook through it, use the other side, and it's held with the safety, so that's what the episode about the Puka shell fishing lure charm, the gift from Hawaii Natural. I hope you like this episode, and if you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel, and I thank you for watching. Alright.